Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I will discuss the Python interview questions which are asked in multiple MNC companies. So let's start the video. The first question is Python is a compiled language or an interpreted language? Python is considered both a compiled and an interpreted language. First, Python source code .py file is compiled into bytecode, and then the Python virtual machine interprets and executes this bytecode into the line by line. Python code is a first compiled into bytecode. The Python virtual machine executes the bytecode. The most common Python implementation both compiles and interprets code. Some implementation like a PyPy use just in time compilation for improved performance. Therefore, Python combines features of both compiled and interpreted language. So conclusion is a Python is a both compiled and interpreted language. What is pass in Python? The pass statement is a placeholder that does nothing. It is a user when a statement is a synthetically required but no code needs to run. Commonly used when defining empty function, classes or loops during the development. Example def fun पास प्लेस होल्डर नो फंक्शनैलिटी 8 कॉल द फंक्शन सो अगर आप इस कोड को रन करोगे तो यू कैन सी नथिंग इट इज़ अ जस्ट अ प्लेस होल्डर. What is a pip? Pip stand for pip installs packages. It is a Python standard packages manager used to install, upgrade and manage third-party libraries and dependency from the Python package index. Used to install Python package from PyPI comes pre-installed with most modern Python distribution, supports installing, upgrading, and uninstalling packages, works from the command line. Example: pip install numpy, pip install matplotlib, pip install pandas, pip install seaborn, etc. How you concat two lists in Python? We can concat two lists in a Python using the plus operator or the extend method. Plus operator, this creates a new list by joining two lists together. Example: A is equal to 1 2 3, B is equal to 4 5 6. A and B is both are the list, and the 1 2 3 4 5 6 it is the list of the atom. The race is a variable is equal to a plus b. The print is a race. The output will be the 1 2 3 4 5 6. What is extend? Second method is a extend. This adds all the elements of the second list to the first list in place. The A and B is a list 1 2 3 4 5 6 list of the atom. A dot extend B print A. You can see the output 1 2 3 4 5 6. There is no difference between the extend and concat. Difference between for loop and while loop in Python. For loop is a used when we know how many times to repeat, often with list tuple sets or dictionaries. While loop is a used when we only have an end condition and don't know exactly how many times it will be repeat. You can see that the example. What is the difference between division and the double division in Python? It is like the single is a common division and the double slash is a it is a floor division. The single slash represent precise division result in a floating point number, whereas double slash is a floor division result in an integer. For example, print 5 double division 2, it is a floor division. You can see the output of this is a 2. It's not give us to decimal value. The print 5 division divide by 2, it is gives us to floating point or decimal point number. Is indentation required in Python? Yes, indentation is required in Python. A Python interpreter can be informed that a group of statements belongs to a specific block of code by using Python indentation. Indentation makes the code easy to read for developers in all programming languages, but in Python it is a very important to indent the code in a specific order. Example, age is equal to 18 if the age is a greater than equal to 18 colon indentation. You can see that the before the print statement there are some spaces before the print you are eligible to vote, and the else colon there are some spaces before the print. This is the called indentation, and it is a very important in the Python. The print program ended, what will be the output? The age is 18, it is the greater than or equal to 18. Yes, it is the equal to 18, and the output will be the you are eligible to vote. What is a dynamically typed language? In a dynamically typed language, the data type of a variable is determined at the runtime, not at compile time. No need to declare data type manually. Python automatically detects it based on the assigned value. Example of dynamically typed languages like Python, JavaScript. Example of statical typed language C, C++, Java. Dynamically typed languages are easier and faster to code. Statically typed languages are usually faster to execute due to type checking at compile time. Example, x is equal to 10, x is an integer, x is equal to hello. Now x is a string because string is always in the double quote or single quote. What is a lambda function? A lambda function is an anonymous function. This function can have any number of parameters but can have just one statement. In the example, we defined a lambda function upper to convert a string to its uppercase using upper function. S1 is equal to Ankita, S2 is equal to lambda function colon function dot upper. The print S2 S1, the Ankita will be print in the upper cases. What is the list comprehension? Give an example. List comprehension is a way to create list using a conscious syntax. It allows us to generate a new list by applying an expression to each atom in an existing iterable. This helps us to write cleaner, more readable code compared to traditional looping techniques. For example, if we have a list of integer and want to create a new list containing the square of each elements, we can easily achieve this using list comprehension. Example, you can see that the race first is a list and the race is a variable value exponential 2 for val in a. So this what's happen, it is the 2 exponential of the value. 2 is the value exponential of 2. The 2 into 2 4, 3 into 3 9, 4 into 4 is the 16, and the 5 into 5 is the 25. What is the break, continue, and pass in Python? Break statement used to terminate the loop or statement in which it is a present. After that, the control will pass to the statement that are present after the break statement if available. Continue is also a loop continue control statement just like the break statement. Continue statement is the opposite to that of the break statement. Instead of terminating the loop, it forces to execute the next iteration of the loop. Pass means performing no operation or in other words it is a placeholder in the compound statement where there should be blank left and nothing has to be written here. So basically क्या होता है, break statement means आई गिव यू वन एग्जांपल, लाइक मुझे टॉफीज बांटनी है बच्चों में, और मुझे 10 ही बच्चों को टॉफी बांटनी है। सो मैं 10 बच्चों के पास में रुक जाऊंगी। मैंने 10 बच्चों बच्चों को टॉफी बांटी, देन माई लूप इज टर्मिनेटेड। मैं रुक जाऊंगी वहां पे। द कंटिन्यू में क्या होता है कि अगर किस बच्चे के पास टॉफी है, लाइन में खड़े हैं सब बच्चे, और किसके पास ऑलरेडी टॉफी है, और मैं उसे स्किप करूंगी बिकॉज ही हैव ऑलरेडी वन टॉफी, then this is the continue. I will stop that bacha and continue with the next. The past statement is a nothing, means performing no operation, or in the word it is just a placeholder. What is the difference between a set and dictionary? A Python set is an unordered collection data type that is iterable, mutable, and has no duplicate elements. Python set class represent the mathematical notation of a set, defining using curly braces or the set function. My set is equal to, in the curly braces, 1 2 3. Dictionary is a collection of key value pair used to store and retrieve data using keys, unique keys. Dictionaries preserve a insertion order. Defined using curly braces with the key value pairs. My dictionary is the dictionary name and is equal to curly braces a double colon 1. It is the a is the key and the 1 is the value. What is the difference between a mutable data type and immutable data type? Mutable data types are objects whose values can be changed after they are created. Any modification is made in place without creating a new object. Common example including list, dictionary, and sets. Immutable data types are objects whose value cannot be changed after creation. If you modify them, Python creates a new object instead. Common example including string, tuple, integer, and float. You can see the example. What is a variable scope in Python? The location where we can find a variable and also access it if required is called a scope of variable. Python have mainly two types of variable scope of variable. Like a first one is local variable and the second one is a global. The remaining two are the optional. The local variable are those that are initialized within a function and are unique to that function. A local variable cannot be accessed outside of the function. Global variables are that the one that are defined and declared outside any function and are not specified to any function. The remaining two are the optional. You can say that. How is a dictionary different from a list? A dictionary is an ordered collection of items accessed by their index, while a dictionary is an ordered collection of key value pairs accessed using unique keys. Accessed using unique key. Lists are ideal for sequential data, whereas dictionaries are better for associative data. For example, a list can store 10 to 20, 30, whereas a dictionary can store in the curly braces key value pair. What is doc screen in Python? Python documentation string is also known as a doc screen. Provide a convenient way of associating documentation with Python module, function, class, and method. Doc screen are written using triple single quote or triple double quote immediately below the module, class, method, or function. Accessing doc screen. Doc screen can be accessed using the double underscore doc double underscore attribute of the object or by using the help function. This is the example of the doc screen. You can see that return the sum of two numbers. This is the doc screen. How is the exceptional handling done in Python? Exception handling in a Python is used to manage runtime errors gracefully, used without stopping the program abruptly. Python provides three main keywords or for handling exceptions. First one, try, except, finally. And the option is a else block. A try is a block of code that is monitored for errors, except is execute when an error occurs in the try block. The finally executes after the try and the except blocks regardlessly of whether an environment occurred. It is used for cleanup task. What are modules and packages in Python? A modules is a single file that contains Python code, function, variable, classes, which can be reused in other programs. You can think of it as a code library. For example, math is a built-in module that provides math function like a square root, py, etc. Packages is a collection of related module stored in a dictionary directory. It helps in organizing and grouping module together for easier management. For example, the NumPy package contains multiple modules for numerical operations. To create a package, the directory must contain a special file named init.py. It is also known as a constructor. What is the difference between xrange and range function? Range function and xrange function were both used in Python 2 to generate sequence of numbers of iteration. In Python 3 there is a no xrange, but the range function behaves like a xrange. Range function, this returns a range object which is a immutable sequence type that generates the numbers of demand. Xrange, this function returns the generator object that can be used to display numbers only by looping. The only particular range is displayed on demand and hence called a lazy evolution. Differentiate between the list and tuple. Let's analyze the difference between list and tuple. Lists are mutable data type. Lists consume more memory. The list is a better for performance operations such as the insertion and deletion. The implication of iteration is a time consuming tuple. Tuples are immutable data type. Tuple consumes less memory as compared to the list. A tuple data type is appropriate for accessing the elements. The implication of iteration is a comparatively faster than the list. What are the decorators? Decorator is a flexible way to modify or extend the behavior of function or method without changing their actual code. A decorator is essentially a function that takes another function as an argument and returns a new function with enhanced functionality. Decorators are often used in a scenarios such as a logging, authentication, and memorization, allowing us to add additional functionalities to existing functions or methods in a clean, reusable way. What is polymorphism in Python? Polymorphism means many forms. It's like a same name but different work, like a run code, run athlete. There are both are two different things but same name. It allows the same method name to perform different actions depending on the object that calls it. This is the achieved through method overriding, where child classes provide their own implementation of a method defined in parent class. The same method name can behave differently for different objects. Child classes can override methods of parent classes. It improves code flexibility and reusability. Define encapsulation in Python. Encapsulation is the process of hiding the internal state of an object and required all interactions to be performed through an object's method. This approach provides better control over data, prevents accidental modification of data, promotes modular programming. Python uh, achieves encapsulation through public, protected, and private attributes. How is memory management done in Python? Python uses its private heap space to manage the memory. Basically, all the object and data structure are stored in a private heap space. Even the programmer cannot access this private space as the interpreter takes care of this space. Python also has an inbuilt garbage collector which recycles all the unused memory and frees the memory and makes it available to the heap space. Python manages memory automatically using a private heap where all objects and data structures are stored. Python interpreter handles memory allocation and deallocation, and an inbuilt garbage collector reclaims memory occupied by objects that are no longer in use. All objects and data structures are stored in a private heap. The Python interpreter manages memory allocation automatically. Programmers do not access the private heap directly. Python uses garbage collector to free unused memory. How to delete a file using Python? Python provides several ways to delete files. Some of them are as following: os.remove function deletes a file permanently. Send to trash dot send to trash function moves a file to the recycle bin or trash. os.rmdir is used to remove empty directories, not files. What is slicing in Python? Python slicing is a technique used to extract a portion of a sequence, such as a string, list, tuple, or range. It allows you to specify a starting index and ending index and an optional step value. Its syntax of slicing is a substring is equal to a start end step. What is a namespace in Python? A namespace in Python refers to container where names, variables, function, objects are mapped to objects. In simple terms, a namespace is a space where names are defined and stored, and it helps avoid naming conflicts by ensuring that names are unique within a given scope. The types of namespace is a built-in namespace, global namespace, and the local namespace. The what is the difference between class method, static method, and the instance method in Python? Instance method operates on an instance of the class and has access to instance attributes and the takes self as the first parameter. Class method works with the class and takes class as the first parameter. It is defined using class method. Static method does not access instance, self, or class data. It is defining using static method and is commonly used to utility function related to the class. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much. If you are uh, ज आपको अगर मतलब पीपीटी चाहिए तो मैं अपने टेलीग्राम चैनल पे पोस्ट करने वाली हूँ पीपीटी. You can go through that and read it. So thank you for watching this video. अगर आपको ये मतलब वीडियो अच्छा लगा तो लाइक करो, सब्सक्राइब करो, अपने फ्रेंड्स को शेयर करो, एंड बाय बाय, मिलते हैं अगले वीडियो में.